The Whiteley show that we've got together at the moment, I think it's almost 2 years in the making. The Blue Mountains and west of the Blue Mountains has always been such an inspirational area for so many artists.
All of the pictures in this exhibition, and mostly all of Brett's work, you know, it relates to a specific piece of geography and a time of our lives.
It takes us through 4 decades of his work. And
Yeah, well, he had 4 decades connected to this side of the mountains.
This is the first show where we've really focused on an amazing artist and been able to draw from an artist who has such a huge oeuvre of work.
Brett is a bit like a dancer that's worked very, very hard. And he did work very hard. He didn't have a natural facility to draw these. He really had to work at it. There's a lot of thinking and working to get to the point where it does look easy, you know, with a major influence from Australia being Lloyd Rees and those rolling hills and things from Bathurst and Berry and everywhere. You know, and that kind of sexualization of the landscape. And then, of course, the influence of Asian, Japanese calligraphy and Chinese things. You know, he's always encompassed that. He and Michael Johnson and Max Cullen would go off out of Lintas where they were working, and they'd go up to Hill End or Sofala or somewhere, get very drunk, fall out of trees, paint a bit, do all of that, and have a rollicking weekend, then go back to work at Lintas on Monday morning.
One of his works, Autumn Near Bathurst, which has these elements of Japanese calligraphy in there. It's quite interesting because you have, you know, the river as in many of his works.
The actual 2 side panels with the river, it all comes from that Karkor-Oberon time with all these other rivers. But now the willow thing and the Japanese thing is from the willows around the rivers, you know, around Bathurst and everything else. We spent quite a bit of time there, you know, and there was a little river called the Fish River. We loved the landscape there, those rocks that suddenly pop up, you know, there, which is very different to Bathurst where you get the rolling hills and things. The Lyrebird is the first of his bird paintings. It's one of my favourites. That painting's unusual because it's on canvas, but he's also stuck on the dirt. That's real dirt. It's very thinly painted, which sometimes when he paints on board, which normally the ones that have got rocks and things stuck on them are painted on board and they've got holes cut in them and things like that.
There's a warm colour palette through all of these works.
He's always trying to get the light through the colour, Brett. This pinks and reds and things relates to here, you know, this part of the country. The early abstractions in London, I didn't realise until they were back here and I was hanging them here, the difference in the quality of the light. So he's encompassing the light here as well as the colour.
And to see the show up now, it's sort of 2 years worth of dreaming about it and now it's happened.